Guten Abend. Was brauchst du, mein Freund?
What do you have for sale?
Danke und viel Glück für die Zukunft, mein Herr.
Huh? What are you doing out there at night? What are you doing out there at night? What are you doing out there? What are you doing out there at night? Get out of here, mutt! No one wants to hear your barking. Ah, there you are, you whoreson.
You've no business here. I never leave.
Greetings. Can it wait till morning?
I want to go to the Trotsky region.
You've picked quite a journey. But if you have the coin, then I'm at your service.
You to do something. Go away.
Here you are.
All right, wait a mo. I have to load up the cart and get the horses ready. All right, we're ready. We can go.
Let's get going.
Lazy bones. Oof. Right then, out.
God bless.
Greetings to you as well.
Greetings. Hey there, youngster. It's good to see you again. Happenstance has thrust us together again.
So, what's it going to be this time?
If you can spare a while, I have another riddle for you. A trickier one this time. Hmm?
A harder riddle, you say? Let's hear it then.
That first riddle was just a test. Just to practice. How about a wager? To make it more interesting. Even a poor vagrant like me has to eat. What do you say?
Why not? I'm happy to bet.
Listen carefully. Once upon a time, there was a fool of a farmer. Family he had none, no stable boys either. So he talked to his animals instead. And, good man that he was, whenever he made a groschen or two, he shared it with them according to his own rules. Every hen in the coop was paid 5 groschen. Every bee in the hive, 15. And the spider in the loft bagged a full 20 groschen. And now you tell me, how much did the cat get?
Tell me the riddle again.
Once upon a time, there was a fool of a farmer. Family he had none, no stable boys either. So he talked to his animals instead. And, good man that he was, whenever he made a groschen or two, he shared it with them according to his own rules. Every hen in the coop was paid 5 groschen. Every bee in the hive, 15. And the spider in the loft bagged a full 20 groschen. And now you tell me, How much did the cat get?
$10 groschen.
Exactly! 2.5 groschen for each leg.
What happened to the farmer in the end?
They never said. But I reckon he went to the dogs. You have just the 2 legs, to be sure. But you guessed right, so you earned your wager back. I can give you my stake on top, or I can tell you a bit about my life as a vagabond. How about that?
I'd be glad to hear about your adventures.
Would you care for stories from my travels or tales from the tavern?
What have you to tell me from your travels?
When the sun is up, go wherever you like. But when the day is done, don't stray into the woods or off the beaten track. Nowadays, there are folks everywhere just waiting to fleece you, be they noble or peasant. And those scoundrels tend to frequent the paths that are off the beaten track.
Yes, I do believe I've come across a fair few people like that.
And lived to tell the tale. Long may it last. Farewell!
If only they hadn't pulled it so tight. Tried everything, you know. It's It's hopeless. For God's sake, can't you be quiet even for a moment? I never gave up. I just wanted to get out of here. Don't you play games with me. You count yourself lucky I'm tied up. What a stroke of luck. You turned up just at the...
What are you doing here?
Well, nothing much. I was standing around when someone decided to tie a tree to me. It's awful. Jesus Christ be praised.
Forever and ever.
Would you be so kind?
Sure. Why not?
Of course, Henry's going to help
You
him.
happened to pass by when you did, lad. I hate to think what beasts might be lurking in that forest.
It's always these fucking wolves.
I'm, watching your back, friend. You can count on that.
I like this guy's fit.
Hang there, high. Don't let them bite you. I know it hurts. Give it to them, the beasts. You're doing great, lad. Get them. Untie me, please.
What have you found, boy?
Untie me, please. Could you untie me now, please? It's not easy to talk with my hands bound. Could you please untie me? Oh, thank you. Ex Aridis. A pleasure to meet you, Henry.
Listen, you, Voity...
You know what? Better call me Voiter. It'll be quicker.
So, what were you doing with that skull, Voiter? Was it my imagination, or were you talking to it?
Well, sometimes I just do that to sort out my thoughts. Better than talking to myself, don't you think?
There might be something to that. Not long ago, I was singing to a horse.
See? We might just understand each other.
Where did you actually get that skull?
Let's say it's my personal muse. It notices things I can't see and tells me about them so I can paint them. I'm a painter, you see? And apart from a few unpleasant moments lately, I spend most of my time over there at the castle.
And you were looking for inspiration by the tree, or what?
Of course not. I ended up there partly because of my own curiosity, and partly, because of the rash nature of others.
right. So what exactly happened to you? And try to make it clear.
They nearly shot me, then beat me up, and finally tied me to a tree. That's what happened.
And who actually did this to you?
Wolves in sheep's clothing, lad. There were two of them. At first glance, they looked like decent fellows, just wandering the land. But as you can see, I misjudged them badly.
You've had particularly bad luck with wolves today, eh? You know what? Tell me the whole story nicely from the beginning.
Actually, this whole day got off to a bad start. I went for a walk to Slatigo. The scenery there is lovely, and I needed to clear my head a bit. But imagine, an arrow almost hit me. These two fellows had set up an archery range among the trees, but they somehow failed to notice they were next to the road. By way of apology, they invited me over, gave me a bit of wine to calm my nerves, and one of them offered to play dice. But he seemed to win suspiciously often, if you get what I mean. I noticed he was secretly turning the dice, and naturally, I got angry. But instead of apologizing, he started shouting at me, and his mate whacked me over the head with a stick. And then I woke up here.
Where exactly did all this happen?
Like I said, at the crossroads north of Slatigo. Those two had set up camp among the trees, right next to the path.
Well, you're pretty lucky you survived at all.
Luck had nothing to do with it. It's all thanks to you, my friend.
Ah, don't mention it. I was happy to help you.
Really? Then maybe you could help me one more time. It certainly wouldn't be for free.
And what exactly am I supposed to help you with?
Leaving me here for the wolves apparently wasn't enough for those two. They robbed me as well. Just look around.
Can you even tell if something's missing in this mess?
Yes, my dice, and especially my set of brushes. I could live without the dice, but I can't paint with chicken feathers.
All right, I'll help you. But I won't do it for free.
I wouldn't ask that of you, my friend.
All right. Am I really supposed to act? All right then. I'll go and look around for your thieves.
Thank you. I'll head back to the castle for now and think of a way to repay you for all of this. You'll find me in the loft, in the... Only finally have a sit-down. You know, I was standing tied to that tree for quite a while, and these legs of mine aren't the youngest anymore.
So this guy seems like a pretty interesting character. They fixed that bug. There was a bug before that the sword disappeared when you completed the main quest. And I still think I can make a better sword than that one, assuming I invest more in blacksmithing.
Hail Mary.
So I guess my options are sneak or talk or murder.
If you think I can't tell when you're lying, you'll be all right, really. At least that lunatic is gone. Watch
Hey
out,
there,
someone's
stranger. Come and join us, if you mean no harm. There's
They seem
plenty
nice.
of room by our fire, and if you're up for it, we can play a game of dice together.
I thought I could rob people, but maybe that was.
Good morning.
What are you doing here?
Right here? Oh, me and Clovis have a sort of temporary home here. I'm Ura Hawkeye. And you are?
Henry of Scallis.
Hey, Henry, have you ever tried popinjay shooting? If you've got your own bow and a few groschen, we can start any time.
What's your friend like?
Clovis, we've known each other for ages. We wander the land, I shoot, he plays dice, and that's how we make a living.
Is it just me? Or do you not seem too fond of that nickname?
Not really. Four Leaf came up with his and insisted I needed one too. Well, so I'm Hawkeye. Not the greatest, right? But I never thought up nothing better, so I'm stuck with it.
I like Hawkeye. It's got a punch to it.
It don't sound like much to me, but I reckon I'll have to get used to it.
Does the name Voiter mean anything to you? Master Voiter,
No. Who's that supposed to be?
the painter you left tied up at the edge of the forest under a Trotsky.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Don't worry, I'm not here to punish anyone. We just need to talk about his things.
All right. Fine. Ask whatever you want.
Where'd you have the loot?
What loot?
Don't lie. You took Voiter's brushes and some nice dice. Or is there something else missing?
Well, I've got some brushes here, and Clovis has a few new dice, yeah. But that's it. Nothing else.
Why did you beat up Voiter like that?
Well, it was mostly Clovis, although I nearly hit him with an arrow first.
I heard that part already. What happened next?
Well, we brought him here, but then he started saying all this strange shit. He had a skull with him, like a real human skull. He wouldn't let go of it. And I honestly couldn't tell if he was talking to us or to it. So I asked him what he was up to. And he says this skull sees things he can't see and tells him stuff.
What exactly did the skull reveal to him?
Like, it said I looked like some captain from Colleen who sired a lot of bastards. So I might be his son. And it's true I'm from Colleen, and I never knew my pa. Only the captain's brother, he said, is hunting down those bastards and killing them so they can't claim any inheritance rights.
And you believed him?
It was really convincing, I'm telling you. When that fella talked about all them murders, I felt like the Green Reaper was breathing down my neck. He would have told me more. But then Clovis hit him with that stick, because he saw how shaken I was. And you know the rest.
Well, that's quite the tale, but you could have kept it to yourself. Voiter told me what really happened. You played dice with him, and when he caught you cheating, you beat him up and robbed him.
Horse shit, I'm telling you, it's all that bloke's fault. Not a bloke, more like some kind of warlock. Are you being cautious or cowardly?
You know what? Hand over the brushes, and I'll leave.
Look, I'd love to, but how can I put it? This whole thing stinks. How do I even know you really know the painter? Maybe you're just here to rob us of what we honestly...
Honestly stole?
Doesn't matter anymore. The brushes are mine, and that's that.
Fine, have it your way. Keep them.
See you later, my friend.
What have you found, boy?
Well, it's been probably 50, 60, 70, 80 game hours.
Excuse me.
My God, you're all covered in blood.
Would you repair a few things for me?
Excellent. You made a fine purchase, good sir.
Good day.
Good doggy, good boy. Excuse me? Hey! My God.
What do you want?
My body is in need of rest and relaxation.
Certainly. My baths are at your service.
I could use the company of a pretty bath maid.
All right, but money up front.
I'll gladly pay you.
You certainly won't regret it. My baths are first class. I must say, you really know how to treat a girl. But don't expect a discount in return. Anyway, I'll go and take a bath. I have other clients to attend to.
Good afternoon, Henry.
This could use some repairs.
Thank you, Henry, and come again.
I wonder if he's gonna scold me for murdering that guy.
Oh, Christ, what a day.
bake bread today?
I don't know yet. I'll have to see.
What's that?
All right.
What? What the...
I'd like to learn something.
What is this about?
Tell me some news from the world.
I'll tell you some interesting things.
There's a special skull.
Here are your brushes. At least, I hope they're the right ones.
Did those two have more of them? But yes, they're mine. Thank you so much. And what about my dice?
I'm sorry, I couldn't get them.
Uh-huh. Well, what can you do? Thanks anyway.
It's nothing. But tell me this. What kind of trick were you playing on me? I asked those two what happened, and they said it was you who started the argument.
Me?
They said you suddenly started acting really strange. What actually happened?
Nothing. If I did anything odd, it was only after they hit me on the head.
Are you sure? Those two seem pretty shaken up.
And I nearly got eaten by wolves and have a lump on my head. Can we agree it's my word against theirs?
You didn't provoke them? I talked to both of them for quite a while, and they both said the same thing. If they were lying, I'd know.
Fine. I didn't tell you the whole truth. Even before I almost became a practice target, I wasn't in the best frame of mind. Maybe I started telling them something their empty heads couldn't understand, and they took it out on me. But can we finally stop going into this over and over? Tell me, how did things end with those two? Did you settle things peacefully?
I had a bit of a quarrel with one of them, and it didn't end well.
What? For Christ's sake! Aren't there enough murderers in this land already?
There really was no other way.
I'd like to believe you, truly. But somehow, I just can't. Well, you did bring my things back. So I should repay you somehow. You know what? I'll paint something on your shield. Judging by the look of you, that could be a very useful reward.
What do you mean?
You may have the face of a village lad, but you're a warrior. Even my painted skull can see that. And it's got no eyes.
It feels like you know me a little too well.
It's just your imagination. I only know what others have told me about you.
Like who?
Does it matter? Instead, tell me what you think of my idea for the shield. It's a good reward, right?
That's a really nice reward. Thank you.
If you want, we can get started right away. What do you say?
Can you paint a shield for me?
By all means. What shield is it to be? I'll set up my paints. Meanwhile, set your shield over there on the table. Maybe next time.
Do you still need help with something?
Do you feel like you haven't done enough yet?
I simply like being useful. That's all.
Really? There aren't many people like that. Tell me, Henry, do you believe in signs?
I would say so. I believe in them.
So do I. And I think that the fact you found me and saved me was no coincidence. We were meant to meet.
Why do you think so?
Call it vanity if you want, but I've spent my whole life yearning to create something truly great and meaningful. Something that would remain after I'm gone, so that even 100 years from now, people would know that someone named Voiter lived here.
I don't know. I don't know many painters by name.
No? What about Master Theodoric of Prague? Or Giotto of Florence? And surely you've heard of the works of the Parlour Workshop.
Unfortunately, none of those names ring any bells.
And that's exactly what I want to change. Believe me, one truly exceptional painting would be enough to make me one of the greats. And here in the Trotsky region, they say there's a place that could serve as my inspiration. Unfortunately, no one really remembers where it is, but you have already proven yourself to be quite skilled at finding lost things. Maybe that's why fate brought us together, to help me with my life's work.
It really doesn't just sound like a coincidence. What kind of place are you looking for?
Well, I hope you won't think I'm a heretic, but I'm curious what people believed in before they'd heard the word of the Lord. What did they think would happen after death? And where did they worship their idols? And they say that such a place can still be found in this region.
Sounds familiar. Isn't he that nasty goblin you've got to leave a bowl of milk under the bed for, or he'll shit in your shoes?
Well, not quite, but it sounds interesting. Velez is said to be the ruler of the underworld and protector of cattle. He looks like an ordinary man, but he's got horns on his head, so people sometimes mistake him for the devil. So, what do you say? Will you help me find his shrine?
All right, I'll help you. What do you need me to do?
Go to Vidlak Pond, north of Takov, and talk to the old woman who lives there. You'll find the place easily. They tan hides there, so you'll smell it from miles away. The woman's name is Kvietoslava. She should know something about the shrine.
Ave Maria.
I'll never carry all this.
Doesn't look half.
I don't know if it was always like this, but the input lag is atrocious.
Good wife, do you know anything about a shrine around here?
Come closer, lad. Now that I see you up close, aren't you? No, you're not. But you look just like him.
Like who? Who are you talking about?
My Vlasta. It's been so long since I've laid him to rest. I've been a widow for so many years, but I still look out for him every afternoon, expecting he'll come home along the stream. He'd always pick me flowers, and when I greeted him, he'd grab me around the waist and spin me until my skirt flew. And all the dances we went to in our younger days.
That must have been a long time ago.
And he wrote me poems and whispered them to me before bedtime.
Sorry, but I'd really like to know if there's a shrine around here. It might have pictures or statues of bulls?
Bulls? My grandmother used to tell me stories about one like that. But maybe it was just a fairy tale.
And did she say where it was?
Maybe. Oh, I don't know, lad. My memory's failing me.
It would really help me if you could remember the shrine. What might refresh your memory?
I don't know. Since Veloster died, I've been completely useless. Honestly, I kind of hope I'll forget him soon, too. Maybe then I wouldn't miss him so much.
Come now. You're supposed to remember the good things. You said he used to pick you flowers, right? Well, I could do that too. Maybe it'll help jog your memory.
Well, if you really want to cheer up an old woman, Veloster always picked me valerian. Made the whole hearthroom smell lovely dried out.
Valerian or Vlasta?
What did you say?
Nothing. I'll pick some for you too. Fresh and fragrant. I'll be back in no time.
And it's input lagging.
Track.
What's that you got?
Holy shit. That was a close one. Thank you.
I do like that this game makes you work a little bit. It doesn't like say, here's exactly where the Valerian is. It's sort of a headache, but it's also rewarding.
Praise the Lord.
If you don't like it, take your stuff and walk the rest of the way. Decide what to do. It can't go on like this.
Mad at me.
Wouldn't you rather leave? Something could go missing around here, and everyone would think.
I've brought you your favourite flowers.
Really? Let's see. I as nice as my Vlasta. I mean, while he was alive. May God grant him heaven.
Right. Right. And how about that memory of yours? Is it any better now?
Of course it is. I see it all now. Vlasta always brought me flowers and said, Kvetushka, put on your best dress, we're going dancing. Oh dear, I still have that dress, but I haven't worn it in years.
Well, why don't you put it on? I'm sure it'd suit you just as well as it used to.
Oh no, lad. It's had its day. Full of holes. The buttons on the sleeves are gone. I'd look like a ragged beggar. I wanted to mend it, but I can't even thread a needle anymore. My hands shake too much.
I'll happily mend your dress for you.
That'd be kind of you, lad. But I can't repay you in any way.
If it helps you remember, that'll be more than enough for me.
All right, then. Here it is, and take good care of it. Take care, and have a pleasant... evening. Go away. You can't just come in here as you like.
Funny. I think they should change that behavior. So talk to.
I never want to see you here again without permission.
I'm gonna ride through the night to fix this lady's dress. Pretty sure the cobbler can fix this, but it'll probably be closed.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Bugger off.
Huh. I'm not going to forget such insolence.
Off a bit more, it says. Just a little bit. Twice.
Greetings.
I need something repaired.
God, what's it gonna be today? Excellent. You made a fine purchase.
God bless.
I mended your dress. Here it is.
Lad, you've got golden hands. It's as good as new.
And what about the shrine? Have you remembered yet?
Such a lovely dress. Shame I've lost Ace here. Love to dance in it one last time.
All right. I'll dance with you. Maybe it'll finally jog your memory.
Lad, I can barely stand, and I can hardly bend my back. I'd end up crippled.
Well, then I'll at least recite you some verses. You said Vlasta used to make up poems for you, didn't you?
That'd be lovely. You know what? I'll put on that dress for it. God knows if anyone will ever give me this kind of attention again. I'm ready. You can start.
So, there was a pretty girl who lived alone with her granny. Together through good and ill, though longings she had many.
Mm-hmm.
When the maid became a woman, she found herself a fellow. And he, like the hides he tanned, he stank, and his skin was yellow.
My Vlasta?
No, wait, that's not what I meant. And soon it came to pass they were joined in matrimony. And then she kept braying like an ass, and she found him mean and ugly.
God, no!
But you're right, I overstepped. Let's move on. I trust you'll not forget to live your life with love. Where Velus's shrine is hid, tell me so I can go. So? What do you reckon?
Well, it wasn't entirely bad, no. I suppose I just imagined something different. But at least I had a bit of a laugh. You know, a granny like me doesn't get many chances like that.
Since we're having such a nice chat, tell me, do you remember any pagan shrine nearby? Maybe one with a bull?
Wait, that does ring a bell. Like someone's already asked me about it.
No. Really?
Do you mean the protector of cattle, Veles? My grandma told me about him, and even took me there once. I was so scared.
That must be...
Because he had horns, see? I thought he was the devil himself. I hid under my grandma's skirt, and she started laughing.
God, why dost thou torment me?
But where was it? There are so many places like that around here. She used to take me to a rocky hilltop between Rock Tower Pond and Kerchak. It's a little to the south. There was something made of stone there. No. Wait. Wasn't it somewhere else? By Nebuchadnezzar Fortress. There's a little stream. Near the spring, there was some kind of pagan statue. But then, there was also something strange by Lower Semine Pond, where the stream runs out of the marshes, somewhere alongside it. There are always lots of deer and roe there.
Oh, God, thank you. And thanks to you too, good wife.
Wait a moment.
Oh, no. What now?
I just remembered who else asked me about Veles. A peculiar little fellow, in a red cap. You wouldn't happen to know him, would you?
Me? Well,
No, you know what? Don't tell me. Some things are better left unknown. But be careful around him, lad.
careful. Why?
From the short time he was here, it was clear something wasn't right with him. His eyes were full of sorrow. If he's hanging around you, you'd better be careful.
This game also really loves scavenger hunt.